Hello and welcome to the final 9 of the 2023 Waco Annual Charity Open presented by Prodigy. This is our second of 15 stops on the Elite Series DGPT Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two huggies.
Honk. We're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
We're happy you're joining us. The Beast is always really a pleasure to play and to attack, and we are watching some really intense golf right now.
Yep, lead changes galore. I mean, really anyone could win. We say that over and over again, but this is especially true here. Don't forget, 50% off, JomezPro.com, all in of some other sales as well, and they end tomorrow, so get it done today.
Checking in, we are watching Ella Hansen with a bogey-free 5 down so far. She is a 2-stroke lead over Kristen Tattar, who started with a bogey but then had 5 birdies in a row. Scoggins keeping it squeaky clean 3 down. Deann Carey getting under par at the end of her round.
Paige Shoe sliding into 4th place right now, just over Deann, but even everywhere in the top 10 is super, super tight out there. Starting with hole 10, at 491 feet. This is kind of a short par 4. A little bit of maybe a tweener hole if you have a huge distance advantage, like some of the ladies on our lead card do. Landing anywhere around here is great. It leaves you a little putter or mid-range approach to the green. Sidearm works as well. There's a drop-off behind the basket that can make for some interesting putting scenarios, but this is one that everyone feels like is a must get.
I'm waiting for the eagle. Let's see it.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen with a grand drive.
Look at that body English as well.
Yeah, getting some flip on that disc. It's pretty stable. And she lands in a decent spot there. I kind of like the right side a little bit better than the left, but both are workable. And working that flex. Landing with that tree right in her way, but good distance.
And working a flex line as well. I love that. Riding the right side, but coming back into the middle. So far down there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Man, that was a crush.
Mm-hmm.
Deann, sneaky distance.
Ella's really loud, obvious distance. Let's see if she can get there. I wonder if she's thinking about getting there. This is like a pipe dream of mine. I don't know what she's thinking.
I think she was. To throw it that high, that was in her mind for sure.
Yeah, she catches pretty early. Definitely has a chance here, but that's a pretty narrow little kind of triangular window. She might have to mess with this little tree on the right here. She gets by it.
Yeah, sneaks by. She'll have a long putt right around circle's edge.
Yeah, maybe 40 tops.
Own with a backhand flexi line.
Not quite flexy enough, but also I think just inside the circle.
Kristen, super close. Set up for a forehand. We know she loves those forehand approaches. And
there's so much control.
Just slides it right up. Still doesn't touch the basket, but lays right next to it.
Just point and shoot. Perfect accuracy. Deann hanging this out a little bit wide and with a little bit too much heat on it. It'll be a bit of a tough putt coming back. On from about 36 feet or so, catches that little branch, drops short.
Ella, 4 birdie.
Yeah, important one with Kristen right there.
Clutch.
Yeah, so good.
Wow. Dead center, too.
Yeah.
Man, those putts are hard to make without being in the lead and contention for a win.
Yeah, you can tell, though, that Ella is like a little nervous.
Yeah.
But she's
also
battling the
dialed.
nerves and doing it. But, I mean, unlike Kristen, who's just totally in control, even though she's not winning at the moment. Deann settling for the par there.
Kristen just tapping it in. Adding to the green. Owen still bogey free. Super impressive out at the Beast.
So much green.
And Ella and Kristen kind of pulling away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Owen maintaining 3rd place, but now 5 strokes back to the lead. Hole 11 is a par 3. It's 279 feet. Early right is probably the worst mistake. There is a sidewalk left. That's pretty hard to find. That's out of bounds. You want to slide something, usually a backhand, kind of right down the center and then skip up. You can take this path as well, kind of flex something out to the right of this big tree. Sidearm is also a good play. That hill makes it so difficult to park this hole. You're usually left with a putt. And I don't want to say you're lucky to be left with a putt, but it's easy to mess up this drive.
Definitely. And even if you do get close, that putt that you're left with is very steep and difficult. It's either a death putt from the right side or it's straight uphill from the left side.
I like the sidearm because if you get most of the way there and the mistake on the right is fairly open and at least easy to get your par.
Love this line.
Looks so good.
Yes. Such good power. She gets checked up right before that big tree, which is not a bad place to putt from.
Yeah, I think it's about circle's edge. And I think she's a little closer than Kristen. We'll see.
Deann, look at that little hyzer flip line.
Dang it. I think that happened to her yesterday, too. Deann with her... Oh, excuse me. That was... I got distracted. Owen just laying up for a birdie.
You see that a lot here. This plate is the 6th most difficult hole of the day, and it's because of these shots right here. No one's trying to get too crazy because you can roll into the woods so easily.
Okay, so Kristen's pretty close here. Lays up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh.
Ella, closer. Gotta be running it.
How will she answer? Oh, she's for sure running it.
Kristen didn't. I thought that was interesting.
I agree.
Playing a little chess.
Oh.
Ooh, and that's going to be a nervy little putt uphill.
Yeah, only 15% of the field birdieing this one.
Nice putt.
What a great comebacker. I feel like those putts are the hardest ones to make when you're in the situation that Ella's in right now.
Yeah. Yeah, when the person chasing you is parked. Ooh, nice putt from Deann.
A nice little fist pump, too. I mean, it shows a lot about, I don't know, Ella's drive or just like she really is maintaining her, like, I guess, emotional response that could be happening.
Well, like you said, too, she's learning how to win. And you can kind of see the story on her face and in the way she's reacting. But, I mean, she's doing it. She's got 2 strokes on the best player in the world right now.
And so, like, playing so solid, continuing to recover when she does make an error. Hole 5, 609 feet, and this is the 4th most difficult hole of the day. You start out with a sidearm off the tee. A backhand turnover works as well, but can be a little sketch if you don't turn it over. Your second shot, you want to get down by this big tree, or if you're feeling crazy, you can try to get up to the top. It's there if you have a distant sidearm, but you really do have to put some mac on it to get up there. If you're down there, it's a very easy up and down to the green and take a nice, simple birdie, but there's a lot of trees between here and there. And weirdly, you felt so much wind on the tee pad here, but as soon as you got down into the woods, it vanished.
And for all you really picky people who are writing, it's hole 12, we get it, all right? It's hole 12.
Did I say 13?
5. You said hole 5 because it's a par 5. Anyway, Kristen catching early trees on her forehand. She's not in a terrible spot, I don't think.
I don't care what you guys say. This is hole 5. I have the microphone, okay?
All right. Door is open for Ella, and she gets way down there. That's a fantastic shot here on hole 5.
Deann opting for the backhand. And if you get this turned over correctly, you can go so far. This looks good.
Ooh, yeah, that does look good. Good correction from yesterday.
Yeah.
And some weird ground play, but not bad. Jumping fist bump. I would like a slow-mo replay of that, please. Slow-mez that for me.
We don't ask for much around here, but we want that.
Owen had a great flex shot going, and it almost turned in time, but catches that last tree.
It's still okay from there.
Yeah, she could still potentially birdie with a shot like this. Ooh. Oh, so close.
And she can still birdie from there,
she
but
can.
It takes a really dynamo shot.
As they say.
As they say. Kristen with a really nice forehand shot. Gets some good reactions out into the middle as well.
Deann with that great backhand drive. Going backhand again. Trying to work her way a little bit up this hill maybe. Or actually just go straight. And even though she's pinned on that tree, it's a good spot right there. There's not too much left of the hole.
We know she's got a sidearm that she can work through there as well. Ella's so far down here.
Yeah, likely going to work a hyzer forehand here.
Yeah, she's a little pinched on the right side, so it's tough to be able to approach anywhere near the green. That reaction, she'll be in the woods.
Yeah, she swung it out too wide. And now this is kind of tough. I mean, she should be able to get par pretty easily, but it's going to be really hard to get a putt for birdie.
Does she push real hard here, though?
It kind of looks like it.
But in a good way. Sometimes pushing too hard, yeah, it can be hard to recover. This is where the mistakes come when you're trying to just get that par.
Owns third, going sidearm. This is such a strange shape.
It is, especially with the uphill. But
I think a sidearm is a great play. It's just hard to get into the circle. Own did that really well. Has a circle 2 look.
Yeah, it's like you kind of have to push it straight forward for a long time before the flex.
Yeah. Let's see if Kristen can do just that. Looking good.
She just throws a pure hyzer up there.
Yeah, but it pushed straight for a long time.
Yep.
She's inside the circle for her birdie.
Ooh, look at the morale on our lead card. Love that.
Deann's third, going forehand. Anheuser not quite turned. I mean, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, what a pretty little light turn. Ella's third? Fourth?
Fourth. Looking to put it close. Just read it. Yeah, it's in the bottom corner. Just read the thing. Ella, just a layup there. Kristen with an opportunity to make this a one-stroke game. Get it home.
This was the fourth most difficult hole, not for lack of birdies. There was 20% of the field, but 42% of the field with a bogey or worse. So our lead card's playing real well right now.
Deann, a little high on the birdie bid, but parked for her par. Kristen, probably, 28 feet?
Lots of stuff in the way. She'll settle for par as well.
Own coming back. Leaves it short for par. Not the typical mistake you see from Own.
Yeah, this green's a little tricky. This basket feels like it's kind of short or down. And there's so many little branches around. We'll see 3 pars and a bogey. Oh, sorry. God, just read. And everyone's going to stay right where they are as we head into the wide open.
Air Spectrum is Prodigy's new line of premium lightweight discs in the mid-range, fairway, and distance driver models.
You can now get beautiful bursts of color no matter your preferred weight.
Bag one today at prodigydisc.com.
All right, out of the woods. Here we are on hole 13. There's a mandatory that you need to go to the left of here, or there's a drop zone. Most women are going to throw a backhand straight that hyzers out to the left. There's kind of 2 fairways here. We're riding down the right side fairway with the drone here. If you go more left in the landing zone, there's kind of a different fairway for you. The second shot can be really easy if you have a huge tee shot. It's only 555 feet. If you take kind of the safe bailout hyzer and split the hole in 2, the second shot can be kind of tough to park. So a lot of strategy here. We're playing into a headwind.
Yeah, the wind was ripping. And coming out of the nice, soft woods into that wind with this Mando is
sketchy.
Does something for your mental.
And you see Kristen throwing a stable disc. Hitting that tree is such a common mistake. Ella, though, piping it up the middle. Perfect little flip up. Great stability. That's huge.
Those are crushed.
That's an enormous shot.
That's cool.
She has 150 feet left.
Deann also ripping through this Mando. A little bit more normal distance, but still an absolute
fantastic
crush.
Shot, yeah.
Yeah. Own feeling comfortable as well.
That looks good too. A little bit shorter.
A little more right.
Kristen going to be up first, I believe, on the left over here, going forehand. There's no way she can get there, right?
No, I think she's about 400 feet away, maybe a little more than that. And she turns this one over.
Way over. Sit down.
Oh, no. That's out of bounds.
Ooh, and Ella's up there for an easy birdie, too. This is looking like a two-stroke swing.
Yeah, she's out of bounds, too. Maybe still 250 feet from the basket.
I think a little closer than that. Maybe 200. Own overturning this one. It's fine, but usually you see her throw more stable discs. I think that must have been the headwind really taking control of her disc there.
Deann with a pretty straight shot to the basket. Oh no, a bit of a turnover. She unfortunately turfs it, and that's a pretty common error in this headwind. The OB comes up quick behind the basket, so you don't want to throw anything too hot. Ella, so far.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, that's crazy.
Looking to put this one close and take a stress-free birdie. Solid shot. A little bit left in the headwind. Just enough where you're thinking about it.
Oh.
And yeah, that's more, yeah.
Yeah, way closer. My bad.
120.
Yeah. Leaving herself
short,
a bit
though.
Of a, test her as well.
Deann's third.
Nice little
Easy
forehand
par.
chip. This hole played so hard today. It says it's the 11th most difficult hole of the day, but...
Yeah, and a tailwind this hole is pretty easy.
Yeah, but...
Own laying up for her par. Bogey safe putt here for Kristen. Wow.
A lot of chains.
Boy. And I think now that we're out in the open, I don't want to say Ella has the advantage, but she's
more comfortable.
She plays more aggressive.
Yep.
And throws big shots that can make the birdies a little bit easier on this final stretch.
Still a two-stroke swing here. And wouldn't that have been insane, a three-stroke swing?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're totally right. Ella's not afraid to take risks by taking to the sky. And she's not, for whatever reason, she hasn't gotten that fear instilled in her yet about the wind. She understands the disc well enough that she is confident keeping a disc high even when it's crazy gusty. There we go. 4 strokes for Ella Hansen.
All of a sudden, it's looking pretty good. But this is one of the more difficult finishing stretches on tour, with the exclusion of this hole, which is relatively simple.
Yeah, triple Mando, but it's really close to the tee. 303 feet, slightly uphill, into that screaming headwind, out of bounds on the sidewalk left and the road right. There's some out of bounds deep, but it doesn't really come into play. These new little skinny trees definitely take away the gimme forehand line, but there's still a forehand line there. I like the old shank and flex play up the right side with something stable.
It feels safe in a headwind. You see some women throw just right up the gut, kind of flip something in the headwind. Looks like that's what Ella is going for. Leaves it short, though.
Yeah, really low. Surprising from her. We just talked about how she's
She does take the skies, but I think when she's trying to throw a little bit softer, her miss is low.
Also, when you have a 4-stroke lead with 5 to play or 6 to play, she's probably not trying to take huge risks right now.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, maybe she's just I'll maintain.
Yeah, we can imagine what it might be like to win. Whoa. Own wide, low. Just not the best shot. That's the saddest I think I've ever seen her look.
Oh, wow.
Kristen sticking to the game plan, going forehand, drive.
So much power on that.
Beautiful shot. That's a way to bounce back.
Yeah, her elbow's just looking strong.
Looking great.
Yeah.
Fine looking elbow.
This played as the 5th most difficult hole of the day.
For those of you who are confused,
oh God.
Kristen had surgery to release a pinched nerve in November and has been recovering. And that's why we think it looks so good.
That's why we're complimenting specifically that elbow.
Yep. So Own lays it up with a forehand. Deann also laying up close with her forehand for par.
Yeah, this plate is the 5th most difficult hole of the day, which is surprising.
It's just the
wind.
headwind, yeah.
But only four birdies. Only 4.
Yeah, but there probably wasn't that many bogeys either. Ella laying up for her par.
Yep, 19%. So about double.
Kristen for a birdie, trying to get one of those strokes back. Huh.
Wow.
I would have lost a significant amount of money there.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, man. Deann doinks it too. That's just not what you want to see. Own with a confident putt for her par. She's maintained that 3rd place position all day. With 3 pars and a bogey for Deann, who's been kind of floating around that 4th, tied for 4th, 5th positioning. Look at this gallery. We talked about this yet? It was huge.
It was
so many
insane.
people came out. It's really awesome.
Such a great festival atmosphere out on the course today as well.
Hole 15, one of the most difficult holes on the course.
It is the most difficult.
The difficultest. Fence line right OB, road is OB, screaming headwind, so hard to control your disc. This ditch is terrible to land in, it's really hard to approach. If you can land in this nice grassy landing zone as demonstrated here before the corral, birdie is definitely in play and relatively straightforward, if not easy. Landing OB off the drive is just the worst feeling, and it's so hard to save par. I think forehand is smart, and this looks really good from Ella. In the ditch, but if she can get, her second shot inbounds, at least it should be an easy par.
You know that wind is beefy if Ella's not getting over the ditch with a sidearm.
Own really trusting her disc up high. It needs to get down. That's my favorite, the Own bow. She hit the tippity top of the fence.
Oh my god, that was incredible.
Everyone going forehand in the headwind here. And that looks like it's past the ditch, I think. Almost. Ooh. She'll have a better run-up, I think, than Ella.
Deann, the only one opting for the backhand so far. Giving it some nice height, lots of turn, and another fence play here.
It's really hard to throw the backhand and throw something kind of understable. You have to throw it basically right at the road and trust the wind. It's so sketchy.
And you can see in Deann's run-up why this is so tough. It kind of forces you to throw nose up because you're leaning back. But
wow, that was a great recovery shot from Deann.
It really was. Inside the circle, got some good distance, even nose up in a headwind.
Ella going standstill, legit sidearm. Going around the left side. Spike hyzer, a little short. Kind of a lot short, actually.
Yeah, very short. Well into circle 2 land with a headwind putt.
Kristen, I like this right side. It's a little bit more open than the left.
She still manages to pull off a super linear shot. Coming into the green hot, but it checks up in circle 1. This hole averaged at 0.65 over par.
On working that standstill flex line. Gets it just outside the circle for a birdie look.
Only 12% of the field getting birdies here, while
honestly, I would have even guessed less.
50% of the field taking bogey or worse, largely due to OB.
Yep. Ella just laying that one up. Not a lot of time here for Kristen to catch Ella. She's kind of, post putt, banking on Ella to make mistakes. Like, Kristen can't necessarily catch her just by playing well, I don't think.
Nope.
Got to be a combo.
There's not enough holes left.
There she is. Great birdie putt from Own.
Into a headwind, too. That's such a good one. There's the smile, too. Sad Own, happy Own.
Dang, Kristen not able to convert on these last 2 birdie putts.
Putting herself in position, just not quite capitalizing.
Makes good on the par putt, though.
Owen was one of only 6 birdies today.
Man, 4-stroke separation, 3 holes to play. Wow. Let's see here. Anakin Steen, 2 down through 15. Hokum 3 down through 16. Haley King 2 down through 15. Kat Murch moving on up. Lots of people under par.
I see Vela Diaz in the clubhouse, finished at 10th. Still some people moving around, though, in the top 15, top 20. And hole 16 in a headwind, 609, the longest 600 feet you'll ever play. These 2 little sticky trees, you just want to throw something above them in reality, but not nose up, because the wind will slow your disc down and take off the distance you need to make the second shot easier. There's out of bounds on the right-hand side with that sidewalk, and left in the parking lot, but you really have to shank to get over there. The basket is reachable for birdie, but sometimes, especially with this type of wind, it's 2 drivers.
Yeah, it's hard to get there in the headwind for sure, but there's not that much danger on this hole compared to 15, 17, and 18.
Yeah, this is the most wide open of all of the non-wooded holes.
Kind of Owen's mistake today is overturned and early into the ground. She's pretty short off the tee.
Looking to go huge here. Make that second shot easy. Oh.
Whoa, that's a lot of fade. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's out.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it looked like she didn't throw it quite as hard as she has been, and the tailwind just takes it OB. Sorry. Yeah, it was just high and...
Yeah, pushed. Kristen putting it way right. The wind holds it over for a while. It's kind of tricky over there. There's some gaps, but there's more you have to worry about with that out-of-bounds sidewalk.
But you can birdie it from over there, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Deann going right side as well. Stabling out around these little baby trees.
So where Ella went out of bounds, what's that, like 450 from the basket now?
At least 400.
Yeah, it's far.
Because she went so far left, it kind of added distance.
Mm-hmm.
Owen working this huge flex, but it's kind of risky with that OB sidewalk over there.
Doesn't quite, or is she out of bounds? No, she doesn't quite get there.
But it leaves kind of a tight little backhand window for her third shot. Or I suppose she can go out and around with a sidearm if she really wants. Mm-hmm. Kind of like this from Kristen.
It's a great looking shot. Get some really good ground play inside the circle, almost.
Yeah, we'll see if she can capitalize on this one. It's already looking like a 1-stroke difference here.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a beefy disc. Nice shot from Deann. Love that. Trusting it, playing it out wide. It's Ella from her out-of-bounds shot. Throwing
maybe not.
3.
No, I think it's inside 400. 350.
Yeah, I think you're right. She's way further down the fairway. She gets tangled up in the one guardian tree, and she'll be 80 feet from the basket.
Yeah, looking like potentially a 2-stroke swing here, cutting Ella's lead in half. And Owen approaching with too much speed and skipping to about 45 feet. But cool with it.
Ella just chipping up, settling for the bogey here. Not many other options.
This is not the one you would have guessed that Ella would make this mistake on.
Yeah, it's the first time she's made a big blunder all day,
maybe because it does feel kind of like a safe drive.
Yeah.
Ooh, Deann!
Dang.
Great birdie putt.
I love that she ran that really hard, too.
She really doesn't get frazzled.
No, there's not like super high highs or low lows. It's so chill.
There she is. What a conversion.
Yep, not going to miss 3 in a row. Wow.
Yeah. Wow is right. This is wow.
And now what? There's a 2-stroke.
Mm-hmm.
difference with two to play?
Very dangerous holes to play.
Oh.
We know that Ella often goes across on 18 and Kristen doesn't too. So of course we have 17 to play first, which is
Insane.
just a whole story of its own.
Its own hole.
Something I think is very possible, looking at leaderboards one day and seeing 20 different country flags on the leaderboard.
Montenegro is a small country, but it's a beautiful country.
Having father and his daughters out there and just seeing all the discs in the air flying, that wasn't here 3 days ago.
I really believe that kids are the future. Put something out, whatever we have as a gift, put that in them, invest in them, go through life with them.
Write that one down in your planners, folks. And it looks like it could potentially be a tearjerker. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I almost cry at the
children, we're making
preview.
we're making an impact in the future. I love that.
Talk about the hole though. Out of bounds sidewalk on the left, out of bounds wall on the right. You want to land past that last tree and then leave this straight shot that we're looking at to the green. Kristen has played this flawlessly so far. We are playing in a tailwind here. Forehand is the ideal play. You sometimes see backhands up the gut as well.
This is the second most difficult hole of the day. Kristen and Ella both have a huge advantage with the ability to do that exact shot.
Gosh, Kristen has landed there pretty much every day.
Deann opting for the backhand. I like it as well. We switched around now. We do have a tailwind. You can see it stabling Deann's disc out of her hand. She'll be early. It's going to be tough here. She's definitely just settling for par.
Solid sidearm here from Own. Gets to those two trees, which is kind of your visual marker of where you want to land. Ideally, you want to get on the other side of them, but Own will definitely have a look to potentially birdie.
Ella throwing it low, but getting some good ground action. She'll make it to the top of the hill. She might be a little pinched as well.
Just a little.
Yeah, we'll see what she has to work with.
Kristen with the luxury of looking straight at the basket. Ella and Own gonna be a little bit blocked. Deann just laying up past the trees. That was well done. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Out of bounds early right for Ella.
So there's a bubble of safe area as you get past where Ella just went out of bounds, and it looks like she was trying to go for that, but that was definitely early release.
Yeah, this is a little bit more of what you need from Own here. You can see she goes right to the bubble. Beautiful play from Own.
Man.
Yeah, and we're looking at potentially another two-stroke swing here.
Kristen's in the wide open.
Mm-hmm. And she's parked this hole both days. She almost threw it in on day one. And that is not going to be quite as parked as she's been, but it's a very solid shot to circle's edge.
Bit of a death putt, not a guaranteed birdie here.
But still, I'm at least getting one stroke with one hole to play. Deann's third, going backhand. That cheer, I believe, is for Haley King getting across on her first shot for an eagle look.
Props.
On 18.
Shout out.
She did cash it too. It was sweet.
That is sick.
Uh-huh.
All right, Ella throwing 4 here.
She puts it just absolutely parked in the bullseye.
Yeah, good recovery. I'm stressed.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Biting her nails over here. Own laying up her par shot. Well, sorry, 4 par. Kristen for birdie. Oh, high right. Still 1 stroke. Hole 18 potentially eagleable.
Wow, 1 stroke with 1 hole to go? Like, what is happening? You can't, write this better.
Play up. play on. That's what everyone's thinking.
Waco always does this.
Yeah.
It is always an insane finish.
It is. Deann misses her par putt. Ella in for bogey. We got one more to play.
Yeah, 44% of the field getting a bogey or worse on this hole. So it's not uncommon. There's only 2 birdies on the day. Sarah Hokum and Hannah Wynn both getting the 3. Kristen almost getting that 3 as well. But this hole did not play easy, even with the tailwind.
Assuming it's the second hardest on the course.
Yep, it is.
Wow, 1-stroke game. Owen has been solidly in third the entire time, which I think was the entire story of last year. I think she got third place at everything last year. Deann tied for 5th right now, looking to finish strong with a birdie.
Oh, hole 18. Most people are going to go right here and try to land in the flat with a backhand. We had a tailwind, so it feels super safe. You just don't want to error left side. There is that out of bounds sidewalk. Your second shot you throw over the water. You try to check up on the little hill just before the basket and not go too far past, because then you're left with a death putt into a headwind. Ella tries to go over. She's known for it because of that big distance.
But I mean, with the stroke advantage, she doesn't necessarily need to, because I was going to say there's no way Kristen is going for it. That's not her game plan. She's been sticking very hardcore to the game plan. It's a perfect layup shot.
Right in the flat, for sure.
It's going to be really interesting to see what Ella does. She went for a day 1 in the tailwind. She didn't yesterday because it was the headwind.
Mm-hmm.
And with a nice little layup here. Sit down now, please.
Where are you going?
Actually, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
In the flat.
Friendly roll. Deann early releases a little bit.
I think it's okay.
Yep, checks up nice on the hill.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward run up, but birdie very much in play. Oh, she's lining it up.
Yeah, she's way back there.
Angling across the tee pad, going across. If she misses, she's going to want to miss a little bit to the right and just leave an easy layup.
I'm surprised with this decision.
Right. So far right.
I can't believe she decided to go over.
Yeah. And it's out, too. It's out. And it's far away. That's a nervy upshot towards the water. And Kristen can tie it up here.
I'm so surprised she went for it, because she has to get inside the circle for it to actually be an advantage.
Right.
You know, with
well, not necessarily. Like, here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think when Ella makes a mistake, it tends to be the shorter approach shots.
That makes sense.
And Kristen is probably going to park this for a birdie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ella plays better aggressive.
Got it. That makes sense. And to have a not as scary of an approach over the water.
Yeah, ideally.
No, that makes perfect sense. That makes sense.
I mean, we don't actually have a look into her brain, but that's what I'm guessing, because, I mean, everyone here is asking, why wouldn't you just lay up with a stroke advantage?
Yeah, but this is Kristen's bread and butter here, typically.
Though, that still leaves a putt.
Yeah, a scary putt.
So Ella just needs to put this close. Try to get a tap in here. But we're looking at a playoff potentially.
Oh, no.
Get there. That's so short.
That's so short. And that's such a scary putt. If she hyzers out, potential to roll.
I mean, at this point, she has to make this. I mean, Kristen has to make her putt too, but this is...
Go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
All right, Kristen still has to make this for the win. What a wild ride this is.
Holy cow. Oh, this is crazy.
With 3 holes to go, Ella had 4 strokes, and all of a sudden, we're looking at a putt for Kristen Tattar to win it.
Not even like huge. I guess they were, I don't know. That's just...
Shh. Watch the thing. Headwind putt. Straight at the water for the win. Or crosswind. Wow. And look at this gallery, too. Nerves of steel.
And just living up to the world champion title that she currently holds. Best in the world.
That was unbelievable. You got to feel for Ella, but what a run.
Kristen held tough the entire time, continued to get birdies even after that double bogey halfway through the round. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's watch this again.
Championship putt.
Death putt. Crazy wind. Look at the flag straight out. Oh, that's the just definition of clutch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definition of a champion.
Man, that back nine just blew my mind.
Just the last couple holes. Wow.
She did it again, folks. Nice putt from Deann into a headwind.
Yeah, and that's going to secure her a tie for 5th place. Good showing from Deann. Ella, solo second. Tough way to finish. She was right on the edge of that win. We're going to see way more of Ella.
100%. That is some...
She's going to get that win this year. And Scoggins in 3rd the entire time.
Also going to get that win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Prodigy presents Waco Annual Charity Open Champion, Kristen Tattar.
I mean, it's one of the craziest wins I've ever had because coming into the last hole, I didn't think I have any chance of winning. I didn't know the scores, and after I had made my upshot, then I checked the scores and I was like, Seth, I have a chance to win right now. I didn't know that. And yeah, I already gave up at some point, I felt like. I was just cruising, and I thought I'm not playing for the win. That's in my head. I didn't know I had to make the putt, so I was like, okay, focus now. Now's your chance, and I made the putt. Already thought that our gap was so big that I'm not gonna catch her. After I had taken my double bogey, then I missed several putts in a row, and I was like, you cannot win like this. But then I took a look at the scores, and I mean, it was right there.
Well, congratulations. What an incredible week, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you so much.
It says so much about Kristen's game to be able to miss 2 birdie putts coming down the stretch and still be able to pull off a win.
It also says so much that she, first of all, didn't know. Second of all, saw, if I make the putt, I win. And then just pures it.
Putt. Yeah, into that crazy wind. The flag is literally whipping straight out.
Also, her face when she looked at the scores is unbelievable.
Dream footage. And we got to talk about Ella too. I mean, in contention for her first big win, stayed. Look how solid that front nine is. Did not make a bogey until the last 3 holes, where I feel like it will just blame nerves. It's
mental lapses.
Talk about a learning
just small
experience.
Mistakes too that compounded.
And recovering well from those 2, they could have been easily double bogeys. So big props to Ella for handling herself on the course today in a really high nervy situation.
Absolutely. Big props to Sarah Hokum for tying the hot round of the day. Kristen Tattar, Sarah Hokum, and Madison Walker with the 5-down hot round. Hokum securing solo 4th place there. Wow.
Wow. My blood pressure spiked watching that. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. Thanks to the Founders Club as well. We move on next week and we'll be in Austin. So come hang with us again. I don't know if it'll be ever as exciting as this again, but we'll try to keep it light and fun. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hockeys.
Honk.